Good evening, everyone. This is Gil, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping's Survival Saturday. And tonight's topic is, we can laugh about this. After FEMA detention camps start up, what are your plans now? I changed things up. I'm just so, all right, I'll give you the rest of it there. Warning! Absolutely a fantasy fear porn Kool-Aid drinking zone ahead. I took the other one out. I took out the possibly not, because this one is totally, absolutely fantasy fear porn Kool-Aid drinking, sugar snorting, Cheeto couch camping zone one tonight. Yeah. All right. However, let's get over and say hi to everybody. Back to the top here. All right. So, interestingly, both on my YouTube and on StreamYard, when Mark came in as Mad Chick Acre, he typed second, but there's nobody else shown before him. Oh, also, Mark came in, and then Phelan Clan Wolf, then Crew 1351, then Moon Over Miami. And make sure I don't miss the next one. Then Mark came in as Chef Tech. Then Geeky Gardens. Diana's here. I'm sorry, I'm looking up at the number in the corner up over here. And what's saying down here, and the numbers are totally different. Okay. Yeah, because I only have like we got about 7 or so making comments, but we got 15 showing up in the corner. We must have a lot of lurkers out there ready to come in. Okay, because when I logged on myself onto YouTube here, I saw Mark's comment. That was the only comment here when I first logged in. So, yeah. Someone else was here first. Is there something about a female only camp? Oh, she was a regular and a mod. Okay. And Kaylin's here. Hey, Kaylin. All right. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and drop the link here. Get Mark up here. This and this is, yeah. I don't know how long I've been getting seeing BS crap about FEMA detention centers. Yeah, when there's going to be a major one and martial law is declared, you're going to have to go to a FEMA detention center or indoctrination center or GoPro center. Not that area is. If you're talking, Mark, I can't hear you.
I'm the FEMA chef.
Yeah. And actually, the FEMA chef, there is such thing. They have kitchens for the FEMA disaster relief centers.
I'm well aware.
Yeah. And at one point, they actually had some very good chefs they would bring in to make people feel better. Say, oh, they're bringing who would volunteer their time to come in and help.
Yeah, well, it all depends on the ingredients you have to work with. That's the other problem.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, whoever was here, she was a mod, and I was gonna say hi. I was like, I'm not even touching what she said. So yeah, it was like
here's the thing. When I started typing in to get some pictures, try to find some pictures, I typed in. First I typed in because I knew there were some desert ones, like the ones behind us in the very background here. There were some desert detention camps that I had seen, especially the ones from.
Oh yeah, it was Kitty. What's her name?
Yeah, that was down in Arizona, where the sheriff was putting everybody out in these summer camps out in the desert, so they couldn't if they escaped, they had 100 miles to go before they got to anything. Anyways, I started typing, and I typed that in, nothing. Okay, and that's over desert. I highlighted desert. I started typing in FEMA, and it tried to fill in LE, female detention centers. So it's probably, I know where Katie was coming from, because she probably looked at some pictures. It was looking for pictures too.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as that goes, for some reason today, every time I type stuff in, it will come and trying to bring in female detention center, female internment centers.
That's because you're on, dude. That's because you use Google.
Yeah, they're sexist. Oh.
No, they just monitor everything you do.
Then why aren't they bringing in karate females? No, I mean, anyway.
Keep talking about it, they will.
All right, there are. I have the grandkids over here, and try to motivate them to exercise. I showed them some reels of Hera, the Last Dragon, who is a wrestler. She's now she's 11 now, and she took out and went in for at Reno. She took everyone out, including the boys that were 14 years old.
But
yeah, and 3 months ago she got back from Japan, but I've been showing her videos to my grandson. All right, you need to wrestle so you can do stuff like this. And Prepper for the Ages is here. Hey, Jill. And so, yes, that's that's the only female stuff going on. Is what I'm showing my grandkids. Oh, and Reina, I can't pronounce her last name, who is a 13-time Taekwondo champion. Say, hey, you guys need to exercise, get your strength up, so you guys can do this stuff. So, anyways, yeah, Kaylin, yeah, I turn off the suggestions. I turn off the AI on my searches, so it stopped.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah. All right, so let's look at some stupidity here, or talk about some stupidity here. Causes for FEMA detention camps.
Yes.
Man-made on purpose, man-made by mistake, nature caused. All are actually no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna jump on this one. Both with hobnail boots, both feet from 20 feet up right off the bat. No, FEMA doesn't have the money or the resources to do it now. However, I have found out stuff, and I got to be careful on this. Let me see. The recovery is that there is another agency that begins with the letter F, who I like to call the Bureau of Incompetence, who does have stuff to do this crap.
Well, don't they have to take over Walmart's first?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
yes,
too far. There we go.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that before your other words covered it up. I was like, yep, Walmart. Make sure there's a train station nearby too.
This has been going. This meme photo has been out there was actually out there before 2019. This was out there about 2005 when this started kicking off. And the second most meme that popped up when I was searching for photos, wrong way, was this one here, but usually they have it blurred out so you can't read what it is, and it's chopped and it's squished, and and they're saying, "Oh, this is a FEMA setup." Well, no, this is a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Contract Center down by San Diego, where they ship them all to before they ship them back across the border. But they say, "Oh, this is a FEMA camp." No, it's not, and it's not contract. And yeah, so let's go back up here. This stuff, you don't even have to worry about this because it's all fantasy.
So basically what you're saying is there won't be any FEMA camps. There'll be other kind of detention centers instead.
If certain agencies
they just print
or
money.
bureaus get off the leash or get subterfuge, not subterfuge. There's a word. I'm sorry. I'm getting
subjugated. I don't know.
Sort of, yeah. But you get, detoured by certain members of Congress, which is another reason to have term limits. Get those buttholes out of there. And because about the camps and stuff goes back and it's rooted in Hoover and the crap he pulled. And once he passed away, there were all sorts of limits put on the Bureau of Incompetence, or at least that's what it turned into, the Bureau of Incompetence. The other thing about the rumors on this, do you know where the rumors on about the FEMA detention camps came from?
Walmart.
I can name names because I saw the email memo on it. Certain members of Congress of the female persuasion, several of which were from California.
I was going to say California.
Yeah, we're saying we need to put this out there
to re-education camps. Yeah,
to stir up the far right into doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, didn't they say they wanted to put us all in re-education camps during the jibbity jab?
Yeah, that was out there too, but yeah. But that was mainly that was another one of those leaked information that was put out there to stir up the other side, because there's no thing of them actually saying that. There's all the reports of, oh, they said this or they said that, or whoever said this and that. Yeah.
I actually remember seeing people say that live, and it wasn't newscasters. But anyway, I digress. Yeah.
But there was, there's just everyone thinks, oh, FEMA is setting up a shoot, hang on a second. Let me see if I can find this here.
Wait, do you remember the pictures of the railroad cars saying, look, there's bench seats? No, they're not. Those are car carriers.
Yeah. Yeah. Where is the sorry, let me find this actual photo here. They took an actual where was it? They took an actual FEMA one to, the detention center. Problem was there was absolutely no fences around it. And there were just a couple patrol jeeps driving around to keep people out, not in. It was a FEMA setup. Hang on, let me go change the search here.
And I got FEMA depots all over the place out here. There's a huge one in Frederick. It's like 3 giant buildings. And there's the one up just into Pennsylvania. It's got nothing but Caterpillar generators on trailers everywhere.
What was so funny is I just did the search for FEMA staff camp, But by the way, I got to take San Diego out of there. And it showed me 12 pictures and said, do you want to see more? This may not be what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See that one. Sorry. Where'd it go? Mm-hmm. All right, so let me see if I can get this here saved. Hang on, I'm just trying. All right, so there we go. Boom, there we go. So this is a FEMA staff camp.
Oh, look, portable showers they can put inside a giant building. And toilets.
So, yeah. Yeah, there were, and that's the thing is there were internment camps from World War II that
that's for the Japanese.
Yeah, FDR violated the civil rights of a lot of Americans setting up using fear. So, and there was the big one down in the Mojave Desert. There were some in Texas and stuff too as well. But yeah, so this is so this is a FEMA staff camp. Let me see if I can bring up. So you can allow me to. Let me bring up the other one. Let me get rid of that because I'm not going to be referring back to the PowerPoint anymore. Images. Got to find it right. Come on, bring it up. Show it. All right, here's another one. And this is a FEMA. This is a FEMA aid camp. There's no people can wander off into the parking lot. They can wander off anywhere. But this was not a detention center. Nobody was held there. People were not allowed to come in unless they were checked in. But yeah.
But you could just wander through the parking lot. So there had to be some kind of a fence somewhere. Or you could just wander in from the parking lot.
There was I can't find the other. There was another picture that was farther out. No, there was no fence around it. They just had patrols. They had patrols out there in Humvees. And at the one road coming in, they just had a couple vehicles parked there as a checkpoint. You got to check in. Okay, you're supposed to be here. You can go in. People could leave and they could come back, but if you weren't checked in, you couldn't get in. Okay. They wouldn't allow you in. Some will call disaster relief centers that have sleeping. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. If you look at these here, these have ACs on these sleeping on these areas for sleeping. These are like barracks, temporary barracks.
That's where the FEMA comes in with those giant trailer generators, like I see.
Yeah, there's some generators.
These things are the size of a semi. They're huge.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's the power of these things to have the people have comfort. Wait a minute, detention centers don't give you comfort.
No, they're Walmart garden centers.
Exactly. And going back to what Geeky Garden said here, there were a number of the World War II detention centers, and that's the problem. That's stuck in the
mindset, whatever.
Right. The forgotten generation and the greatest generation told their kids about it, i.e., baby boomers, and the beginning of the
Became lore, or what do they call it?
Gen X
Yeah, it's
told about it
like
as a
folklore now.
cautionary tale. They were told that this is what, if you're blah 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 blah, don't allow this, blah, and so the boomers and Gen Xers heard about this, and then they joked about it to their and in front of their kids, who are now, oh, there's it's like, yeah. And unfortunately, there are some out there that when something gets, quote, leaked, oh no, we got to run with this and tell everybody what it is. Let me get on my MySpace, my Instatwort, my fake you accounts, and spread this around before they delete the information.
That's like the wrap-up smear, but yeah. Weak fake information. The media goes with it, and then quote the media and say, see, the media reported on it. It must be true.
Yeah. This, I know exactly what happened with this, and there have been people already sent to jail on this. The Biden administration told them, if you see a Trump sign, bypass it. Don't, so yeah. And there was,
did you see a copy of the see the copies of the contract that they would have to sign to get $300? It was a loan. They'd have to pay it back, and if they didn't pay it back, they lost their property.
Yeah. So
that was some shady crap going on there.
Yeah, that was all 100% the DNC
and FEMA.
No, FEMA was trying to do the right thing, and they were told, no, you will do this or you'll be fired. And they said, and they cut FEMA's budget right before that, So, yeah, that's the one thing is that you have to understand. FEMA does not have the budget to do the crap they're supposed to be doing, because the not currently, not under this president, but under the previous president and the abomination and the Billy Boy were
the desk jockey. Yeah.
The one who thought the Washington Monument was a monument to him. Anyways, we're having them do stuff they weren't supposed to be doing, and especially under Biden, where they were giving all their funds to illegal aliens instead of
put them up in hotels. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of doing what they're supposed to be doing. The Bureau of Incompetence, though, has had, and I'm not sure if they still do or whether they were able to hide it again, had a bunch of equipment and railroad cars of chain link fence and barbed wire and all this other crap from the 60s, because they were planning to do stuff in the 60s to curtail a certain followers of those wanting civil rights.
A bunch of white hats.
They're masters.
Yeah.
To curtail the ones that the white hats are chasing around in the woods. Sorry, but that's one of the things. Just I'm trying to get the point across. I would like to light all those white robes on fire.
Well, they were invented by the Democrats, so yeah, there is that.
While they're still being worn.
Now, not get too violent. God's listening.
I'm not being violent. I'm just being just, trying to take after one of my favorite TV shows, Justified.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I thought the Charles Bronson one with anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so anytime you hear someone say, "Oh yeah, they got stuff here for set up a FEMA camp. No, that's not a detention camp. FEMA doesn't have the money to do that. Because when they were trying to help out Puerto Rico, what happened? They ran out of money because they had spent all the money on these stupid illegal aliens.
That's right. Most of the stuff that wound up in Puerto Rico rotted away in warehouses because they wouldn't give it out.
And because there was a certain party down there that was in charge that was trying to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's why they stockpiled everything in warehouses down in Puerto Rico. And because of the humidity, things just, cardboard boxes just went moldy, everything. It just went bad.
Yeah.
Quick.
So, yeah, I know I'm on a rant tonight because I this, having worked at Homeland Security and seen the budgets, it just pisses me off when people can be so stupid to go, oh, I saw this about that. Yeah. Plastic Face put that out there to get you stirred up to doing stupid stuff. And it's just, people are so reactionary. And then as soon as people get reactionary, then they go, oh, look at the right wing getting yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just really bringing it under control here. I call down the comet upon, no, never mind. Or as the one channel would say, I cast fireballs. Yeah, you're right, Jack. It was the people came in and did 10 times the work that FEMA was allowed to do. Of course, I don't know if everybody caught it, but down there in North Carolina, one of the ones who was a staunch Biden supporter working for FEMA and was all on board with bypassing certain people and stuff, she made big mistakes. She put it in writing to people to what to do, and she went to jail. And of course, Schumer and some of the others were going, oh, we got to pardon her. She was doing what she was told to do. We need to pardon her. And lost him. He'll be back in a second. But yeah, it was one of those things of, nope. Trying, device not connected yet. It won't even come up because Mark's device is not connected. Yeah, I can't bring Mark up because it says device not connected. He must be having internet problems down there. Oh, still waiting for him to try again. Nope, I can't even click on it to bring Mark up. Oh well, but yeah. So anytime anyone tells you stuff, oh yeah, this, yeah, maybe you're trying or reconnecting. He's probably trying to reconnect. So anytime anyone tells you, oh yeah, FEMA's going to be doing this, I say, no, you're listening to the Democrats, and they'll give you a dumb look like, what do you mean the Democrats? Yeah, they're the ones putting out this misinformation. And if they're halfway decent, smart, and a light bulb will go on, and they go like, oh, they're trying to get us to act stupid. Uh-huh. That one there. Oh, yeah, let me change this back to where it's supposed to be at for later. But yeah, he's not coming back up yet. He must do it. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, he's up there. If he's at home, he's in Maryland. If he's at the cabin, he's in Pennsylvania, I believe. They're right close to the border there. All right, sounds like Mark is having bad weather. Okay. Oh, so anyways, folks, yeah. So if you hear that stuff, my internet cut out. Yeah, so yeah, his storm weather stuff is doing it. So he's on his phone now. So, anyways, yeah. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that the stuff about detention camps and stuff. No, the FEMA does not have the funding to do it. FEMA can't even set up stuff, to do the stuff they're supposed to be setting up. Now, wait a minute. He's back. He made it. Maybe.
Am I here?
You're here.
All of a sudden, I'm like, everybody else is spooling, but I could see my little light blinking that I was talking. I'm like, all right, who just went bad here? And all of a sudden, we cannot reach the whatever. You know what? I didn't have to reboot it. Just I had to restart StreamYard.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a interruption, so it interrupted from your computer. Yeah, so when you hear people saying, "Oh yeah, FEMA's going to be doing this," and they're like, "No, that's not their directive. They don't have the authority to do it. They don't have the money to do it." And as much as Trump is trying to get money back to FEMA so they can do what they're supposed to do, it's still not going to be enough to set up detention centers. You have the only agency out there that has detention centers is right now. They're full of illegal aliens. So,
sorry, I had to put that up there.
Yeah.
FEMA was knocking on my door, so the internet cut out.
Really, I thought it was the Bureau of Incompetence.
One of the 3, 4, 5-letter agencies.
Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I mean, and for there would have to be such a huge event, because if all the books I've read where they had them, it's been a huge friggin' major event.
Like the food stops getting delivered and riots, and they need to feed people. Yeah.
Total economic collapse on the ones that the economy started falling, so the government, seized everybody's bank accounts and stuff to preserve them, to try to bolster up the economy, because they fired off so much, paper money that's worth crap now.
Yep.
Other ones was where it was a CME where it took everything out. CME that caused a EMP and took everything out. A 2010 event where tides. Those are one of the things that in the storylines where the camps get set up. But yeah, it's it ain't gonna happen, folks. And even if the possibility of several agencies getting together to do it, we'd have to have a certain type president in there and a certain type controlled Congress in there. And there'd be so much fear going on, there'd be such a spin up of, oh, this is the danger, that's the danger, like FDR did against the Japanese American citizens, saying, oh, they're spies, we got to contain them.
So what would your plans be if it actually did happen? Would you go? Would you not go? Would you pretend to go? Would you try to get some intel as to, once you go, are you allowed back out again? That would be my plan.
Well, I wouldn't go at all. Hang on here. Green screen. And let me see if I can find this again here. I got a picture for you. Come on, it's going down through it here. Wait a minute. Shoot. Every time I go to try to find this one to show you guys, I have a hard time finding it, but I was just looking at it a couple minutes beforehand.
That's because they know you want to share it.
Let me change the view that size icons, and maybe I can find it quicker. Oh, there it is. I'm not saying I have one of these. I would like to get one. I would also like to get its big brother. This is the 20 millimeter.
I'm gonna say that's not a 50. That's a 50 cal.
I like to get it both. I like to
inch
get
and a
both.
quarter.
I like to get both of its big brothers, the 25 millimeter and the 30 millimeter.
Yeah.
But
better have a really thick shoulder pad for that thing.
Yeah. I'm not saying what I would do with it other than reach out and what's the AT&T jingle? Reach out and touch someone. Yeah. And you know who that someone would be
from 9 miles away.
Yeah. Yeah. This one is the one with the small muffler on it. There's one that had a muffler that came halfway back towards the bipod and stuck another 2 feet out in front of it.
It's a spark arrestor, so you don't catch the forest on fire. Come on, Gil. Not that something that big you could keep quiet anyway.
Yeah, and that takes two people to pack it. Well, 3 people. One person just to carry the muffler, and the other 2 to carry the unit.
Yeah, and 4 people to carry 6 rounds of ammo.
Put it this way: there was this channel, a comedian video, and it's I tell you, I fell out of my chair laughing on it. I'm just thinking, can I find it quick? No, I can't. It's been too long ago. I sent it to some of my friends. Sent it. It was on a Facebook reel. I also found the YouTube video of it. He's standing up there and he goes, he's talking to this, African American guy. He's just going on about this, and he goes, the America has something that no other country has, and that's why we're the greatest country in the world. Blah 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 blah. And no, it's not our military. It's not all the battleships and aircraft carriers we have, and it's the one reason we will never get invaded. And he goes,
Second Amendment.
Huh?
Second Amendment.
No. Well, close. They're close. He goes, what we have that no other country has is a bunch of rednecks.
Yeah.
If there's an invasion down in Florida, you're going to see NASCARs and pickups, 60 miles of them, heading down there, all lanes of the freeway, going down there. When the Marines show up, they're just going to see beer cans and shotgun shells all over the place. And the guy said, it's over, boys. We won.
Yeah. We're done, but you can clean up for us because we're too drunk now.
He goes, because there's been since 1814, there have been the rednecks have this arsenal in their basement, and they're just waiting to use it. War of 1812, the last time America was actually invaded. So yeah,
they're just saying, "Give me a reason, Pa. Give me a reason."
Yeah, we'll show you what the Second Amendment's for. Well, heck, World War II. Which general was it? It was one of the Japanese generals that actually went to school here in the United States, and he was the only one arguing against attacking Pearl Harbor. He told him, "You attack him, you will wake the sleeping. You will wake the sleeping dragon. You don't know what the good American government is one thing. The American people, something else. When you attack them,
you just pissed off a whole lot of people."
Yeah. And so it's like Nick, the fat electrician, says, don't touch the US's boats. You touch the boats, all hell breaks loose. quick question for you on that. When was the last time that a country touched a U.S. boat and in 8 hours lost over half their navy?
Was that 3 weeks ago?
No.
The Cole,
This
the Liberty.
This
wasn't
was
it wasn't the Liberty because we didn't do anything to Israel. So
Reagan was the president, and Iran decided, oh, we're losing this war with Iraq, and they didn't know that. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to get all the players right. One of the other countries was back in Iraq's war against Iran, and Iran decided, well, shoot, we're going to end this quick. We're just going to take out all of Iraq's tankers, and they took all their tankers. And then the other was it Kuwait? Yeah, Kuwait, who's not a member of OPEC, who was selling oil on the cheap back then, said, "Oh, you can use our tankers." And what does Iran do? Oh, we'll sink theirs too. They shot one of theirs, and immediately we had naval ships escorting them. Well, Iraq, instead of going, oh well, that didn't work out. Let's think of something different. No, we're going to just throw a bunch of mines out in international waters. And
sort of like they're doing now.
And I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was actually a fairly new.
Was it a carrier?
It wasn't a carrier. It was like a cruiser. I can't remember the exact type ship it is, but it was new, within a couple of years old, and they were escorting a tanker, and they ran into the minefield, and the mine blew up and split the keel of the boat. And anyways, there was nobody died, but there were a bunch seriously injured during the explosion, and the guy going in and trying putting out fires and doing all that stuff. They were able to cinch the two parts of the ship's back together and held it by carriers, because the only thing that was holding together was the deck, because it split it, and they limped it into Dubai or wherever. And so they said, all right, we got to tell Reagan. Told Reagan to go, good. Everybody's nobody died. Good. Okay. We need to have some appropriate response. And within 24 hours, the Enterprise was sitting out in international waters, in the Med, away from it, and they sent in 3 task force concerned. Each task force had 3 ships, A, B, and C task force, and they went out and they took out 2 of the oil rigs, which were no longer oil rigs but were weapons platforms. Went after both of their most newest. They don't have battleships, but destroyers, whatever. And in 8 hours, they wound up taking out 2 oil rigs, both of their new ones. One totally destroyed it. The other one, it took the A6 pilot did a World War II dive run on it and dropped a 500-pounder right down the smokestack and took out the engine compartment. Yeah, that guy should have gotten a medal just for targeting.
Hey, he was watching Star Wars at the time.
Exactly. Took out they sent up a bunch of the F4s out to go out after, Iran sent them out, Oh, really? Missiles back at them. They retreated, blew one of them out of the air. The other two were able to avoid. So, and then they took out another ship, which wasn't on the list of their targets, and something else. Basically, they took out over half the Iranian Navy in 8 hours and said, okay, we're done. Of course, and then that night, Iran decided, hey, we're going to use some of these silkworm missiles that we're not supposed to have, and we're going to fire them at the U.S. ships out there in the Med.
In the Med or the Gulf? They were in the Gulf, not the Med.
Wherever, we're going to fire them. Well, they all got shot down, and it was so funny. But if you want the full story on it, you got to go see. Let's see here. Let's see if I can bring it up here for you. It is absolutely hilarious. It's about 20-minute long video. You will be busting your pants laughing. But yeah, that was the last time they went out, and then they towed. So once they were done, they towed the U.S. ship that was split and held together by cables, towed it back to Maine, and a year later, on April 1st, it set sail again, totally repaired.
Gotta love Bath Iron Works. They're good up there.
Yeah. Fat electrician, proportional. Yeah, here we go. I'll drop the link in here in a second. I'm going to show you guys. This is it. Proportional.
Yeah.
America obliterates half of Iran's navy in 8 hours. Operation Praying Mantis. But yeah, so let me go ahead and I'll drop the
this
link
week
here.
On You're the Credit One
Hang
for
on.
Me, a group date goes
Get rid of
wrong.
the ad there.
Just paid off his old card, so
there's the link for it, guys.
I could increase the length of
I
your
guarantee you'll be
still hear
laughing.
Volume is still sharing.
Sorry, I don't have my thing out. You'll be laughing your butts off on this one. This is just absolutely funnier than heck. So there's the link for it, guys. We're gonna wrap it up here now. So Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, we're going to be topic is making and preserving gravy
and sauces.
And
that's the delayed one because everybody was sick except for me. I actually showed up going, "Where is everybody?"
Yeah.
Why is nobody here? What did I miss?
Yeah. Tuesday here on Great Man Cooking is basically hydration, but the title is going to be electrolyte water. Midnight Ride. Then Friday on Camp Patton is what amendments are you adding this year to your garden? And next Saturday is after all Europe war starts. Not U.S., not China, not Russia. All Europe war starts. So that was suggested by I think it was Alan suggested that. World Survivalist. So anyway, so that's what's coming up here, folks. And thanks for putting up my ranting tonight. Hopefully y'all got something, set your mind at ease about, FEMA camps and stuff. And yeah, so when I wrap it up here, go ahead and go give Nick a watch down there for that. America obliterates half of Iran's navy in 8 hours. Nick, if it weren't for his swearing, would be an excellent history teacher. He spends hours researching his stuff. All right, everyone, take care, and we'll see you Monday on Camp Patton.
Have a good night.